So when I met with Guillermo, of course, I had to ask him what he thinks about Futures, because there we were at a Futures. He was coaching 3 guys there. I was playing in it, and I just wanted to know, what does he think about it as a whole? And I think his answer is right. I think it's spot on. Of course, you want to leave Futures as quickly as possible. Easier said than done, for sure. But I think overall, the idea is that the level of the players is much better than the level of the facilities. The bad balls, bad courts, poorly run tournaments. You have to play in weird places, bad umpires. All that stuff is much worse than the actual level. I mean, you got guys in the 200s playing Futures every week, So that guy will also play qualies of a slam, may even get into the slam, So the level of the player is good, but it can be tough on the player if you stay playing Futures for so long. It starts to wear on you, for sure. And I think that's what he means when he says get out of this level as quickly as you can. But I want to know, what do you think about Futures? Have you ever played? Have you ever watched any? Let me know what you think about the level and the tournaments and all that kind of stuff below, and I'll respond to as many as I can. But for now, just enjoy Guillermo's answer and think on it.
And so now that you're here watching Futures or coaching Futures, and you've coached a lot of players and stuff, when you see these guys, what do you think of this level? What do you see as the biggest difference?
I have, and this was my coach in the beginning, and this one is stuff is always he have the advice he told me is leave this level as soon as possible. Why they say that? Because it's true. It's a lot of good coming guys, they try, because it's the level you need to pass. It's the first step. But the fast you go is better, because in this level is people, coming from just to be good, and this is the level maybe, in their retirement, and they have many people that stay in this level, but this level is tough. It's no money, it's a lot of people they are, play club matches to support. And this one is the first step, but it's really tough. If you stay in this level, it's tough to go out. And then the soon you can pass to the challenger level, the soon you can go to the next level. And then always I have that in my mind, and I'm lucky. Like I say, I'm really lucky. I play in my career, I play no more than 6 Futures or Challenger. Then this year, the first year I played 3. The second year I played another 3. I won the last one. The 4th, I won 3 of the 4 tournaments. And for that, before I finished juniors, as I was passing that level. But I see it's a tough level, It's now with the point change and everything, it's more tough just to go to challengers.
Just to get out of this level, yeah.
For that is my advice to the player have is to try to do the best you can, to try to be focused and to try to pass the same advice I have. Faster this one to coming to the next level, because the next level is better. You have balls, new balls.
I mean, it doesn't get easier, but it doesn't
get easy, but you
more
look
convenient,
like more convenient. Yeah, you have a little more money. It's better for you to support your career, and then the more focused you are, the better you practice and everything. You're gonna have more chance to pass this level, the faster you can.
And when you hear people, sometimes you'll hear people say that the level of actual playing isn't that much different from Futures to Challengers, and you see it every week. Like, one guy has a good week, is normally a Futures guy does well at a Challenger, or a Challenger guy does well at an ATP level, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's no always the top of the level is almost similar. Like if you win Futures, you are at a level of Challenger, or even if you are in the finals of Future, you have a level to go to Challengers. And then for me, it happened. They didn't happen in Future, but it happened in Challengers. For a few years, I was in the ranking between 110 and 80.
Yeah.
That is a ranking in that moment, like you're not in the ATP
it's
level.
Brutal, right? That's
you're not in the ATP level. You are not even in the Challenger level, because in the Challenger, every time you play, you need to go go through in the tournament just to get the points. But you go in the ATP and you lose in first or second round, and you don't get the point to stay there.
Right.
And then it was 2-3 years for me to go up and down. And this one happened to me. I went the Challenger and I played good challenge, and then I go to ATP and I go first or second round, and then I don't get a point. But the mind is completely different in that level. And then was there. They took 2-3 years. I remember I was in the I think it was the first year I was 97, 98 was the first year I say, okay, now in the ATP level I make a finals in 2 ATPs. It was the first year I go through the level, but before was 2 runs sometimes in ATP, and then just I go to Challenger and try, quarter semi or win a tournament, and then just I have a point to again try in there. It was like this, up and down, but this is happening in every level. It's not me, one day to the other, 1 week, it start changing. I win, 2 more matches than the normal. I was in the semi-final, I get confidence, and then everything changed completely. But this is the tennis. You need to be ready. For what's gonna happen next week, because you don't know the week you're gonna start to play well. You don't know the week that your luck is gonna change. And then you need to be prepared every week. This
so
is
you
a bit of a spray.
You don't lose that.